my name is Elysia English and welcome back to my channel. It is the 15th of the month again, which means that today we are working on another Create With Me kit. I am so excited to work with you today. If you didn't order a kit, that's totally okay. Go grab something else you're working on and join us while we create all together today. The point of these kits is that we get to create all together all around the world, and so I hope that you have so much fun today during this video. So let's take a look at what's inside our October kit. I'll give you a little hint. It's called Snow Place Like Home. Okay, one of my favorite parts of creating and designing these kits is opening them up to reveal all of the work and designs that I put into each month's box. So I'm excited to show you what is inside your October 15th box. Inside it says, there is snow place I'd rather be than creating with you on October 15th. And it shows the link to our YouTube, and then it says, Love Elysia. It's been so fun for me to think of all the puns that we're putting inside, and so I think we'll continue with that theme. But let's take a look at what supplies you will find inside your box. One of my goals for the kits was making sure that we were as eco-friendly as possible and having only plastic in the kits if it was reusable. And so I think the first item is really adorable. We have a little canvas sack that you can reuse, maybe for a Christmas gift or a gift card or something. And inside of it, you're going to find 8 or 10 little miniature ornaments that we're going to use for something for our project today. You have a Snacks and Crafts Koonie little piglet sticker, a paint palette, some sandpaper, a variety of paintbrush sizes, a sponge, a stick for your glue. You have wood glue, and we have a variety of different paint colors. We have a blue, a black, a green, a white, an orange, and a brown. And then you have the main base of your project. You have the outside framing of a snow globe. You have a tree cutout, a snowman in his top hat, a moon, and then the background base of your snow globe. Funny enough, we're gearing up for a winter project, making a snow globe, and it's fall because we want to do these types of projects early so you have these to decorate with for the holiday season. It is pouring rain and storming today where we are in Nova Scotia. First step I want to work on is making sure that everything is sanded properly for you to have a nice clean surface to be able to work on. So I'm going to use my sandpaper and just give a little scuff around some of the edges of the wooden shapes found in my kit. I'm gonna set this background off to the side. We're gonna use that in a minute, but I wanna work on the framework of my snow globe. And this is gonna be personal preference to you. What color do you want the outer portion of your snow globe to be? But I would like my bottom to be sort of a wood base and then maybe a lighter, almost translucent color top, just like you would have the glass of a snow globe. So I'm going to use some brown watered down paint for the bottom and make a very, very light, almost white gray color for the top. So using my larger brush, I'm going to dip into some of my paint colors. You should have ample paint to do as many different color mixings as you'd like to do your project. Trying some new pods in the actual kit. So we've ordered these little miniature pods to put paint in. I think they're a lot easier to operate than the click top ones if I'm going to give a little bit more paint for you. And just a little bit of black to make a very soft gray. You can see I have it really watery, so I'm just doing a very light brushing over. If you want to paint the sides of yours, you can. I like to leave mine raw on the side. I want to do the same thing, a very translucent brown along the bottom. So I'm just going to put a little bit of brown into my paint pot and then mix in a bunch of water. There I have the bottom of my snow globe and I have the top. And I do want to write something along the bottom of my snow globe at the end. And so that's why I chose to do a darker color on the bottom. So if I was going to do it all the lighter color, then you might not see the font that I'm going to paint on the bottom at the end. And so that's why I chose to do like a wood base on my snow globe. Okay, we're going to set this off to the side. I'm going to do a little sanding on that once it's dry. We want to work on the background portion of the scene inside your snow globe. So I want to show you how this is going to go so that when you get to this stage, you kind of know what it's going to look like put together to help you make the decisions on how you want to lay out inside of your snow globe. So this framework of the snow globe goes on top, and then inside your snow globe, you're going to have a tree. You can put wherever you want, but I'm going to put mine off to the side. You're going to have a snow person, a hat for your snow person, If you would like to do a nighttime scene behind, you have a moon that you can use, or you can do a daytime scene and you can paint your own sun. And then what we're gonna do is use the little ornaments on the tree. And on the tree, you're going to be able to put the initials or the names of people in your family to be able to customize your holiday tree. And so what I'm gonna do is take all these out now, and I'm gonna decide whether or not I'd like to make a daytime scene or a nighttime scene for my background. So that's gonna determine what color of paint you're going to use next. In your kit, you have a blue paint, like a sky blue color, and then you also have a black paint. This is a very pretty color of blue. It's almost like a smoky gray blue. And then you have black. So if you're going to do a nighttime scene, obviously you're gonna wanna use the black. If you're gonna do a daytime scene, you're going to want to use the blue. I went ahead and did the beginnings of a nighttime scene. I can add more details if I choose to continue with this method, but I want to show you also a daytime scene. So what I've done is made some snowbanks, which some of our 3D characters and pieces are going to go on top of. And then I did some really faint trees in the back just to add some other detail, added some snowflakes and a little snowflake stars, and you can kind of add whatever you'd like. And then of course I could put my moon on this as well. So I'm gonna do this again at the end, but I wanna paint a daytime scene and then I'll be able to choose which one. And that'll help you decide what you wanna do for your snow globe. So I'm going to paint the background of my snow globe here. And it'll help you to know how far down to paint if you lay your framework on top. So I know I'm gonna be far enough down if I keep going where I am. I want my snow globe inside to kind of be a little bit whimsical. So while my paint of the blue background is still wet, I'm going to just put in a little bit of white and kind of make it look almost a little bit airy as I go. You can use your own creativity to paint whatever you want. If you want to paint like a Santa sleigh pulling reindeer across the nighttime sky, or you want to make a bunch of birds in the background, little cardinals, or whatever you want that would be a holiday for you to put in your snow globe. But I'll just show you what I'm going to do with mine. But I would love to see all of the projects that you guys are working on. So it's always so exciting when I open an email or a message I get on any of our social platforms where you guys have sent me the finished products on your end, because I don't get to see those when we work on these videos. So thank you to everyone who's been sending those to me. I'm just using a little bit of white. I'm just going to add a little bit of a whimsical look to it, kind of make it look like it's glowing. And I'm going to use my white paint when this dries to create my snowbanks. That way they'll have some time to dry before we add any other details. So I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to start painting the background of my tree with the green so that that can dry before we add any details to that. So we're kind of have a whole bunch of drying happening all at the same time here, but in the end, it'll all come together. It'll be very rewarding to piece it all and put everything where it's going to go. Okay, so of course I would like my tree to be green. So I'm going to use my holiday green color and paint the background color of my tree. And I'm painting mine outward because I would like my sides to stay with the wood, and so I won't get any on the sides. I think I will add a little bit of snow resting on my branches once my green is dry. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that with my sponge, because I think that was pretty much the easiest way to do that and make it look fluffy like snow. I think the background on my snow globe is dry enough that I can start painting my snowbanks along the bottom. So again, while we have some of our elements drying, I want to paint the background on our snowman, my moon, if I'm going to use my moon, and the snowman hat. I think it's so cute that he has a little top hat. All right, let's go. Obviously, I would like to have a white snow person. I think we're gonna do the traditional black top hat. Let those dry. And I'm going to do a glowing white moon. That way it will really show up on my nighttime scene background. If you have other paint colors at home, feel free to go off and use your own, but these are the colors that I've given you. I think you should have plenty of paint for everything. I'm actually hearing from other past kits that everyone's had more paint than they could ever use for their projects, so they're using them for other things. Okay, so I'm gonna set that off to the side, set my snow person off to the side and the hat, and we're gonna come back to our main snow globe background. And I wanna add some snowflakes and maybe some trees in the background. I'm gonna keep in mind how tall my tree is going to be here and see if I can do a little bit of a tree silhouette along the background. This is where your painting skills can come to the test, because remember when you were a child and you just made like those really fanned trees? They didn't have to be perfect because no tree is alike anyways. So gain some confidence and just freehand some trees any way that you'd like. You can mix up some white with the green or some darker brown with the green and make some of your own shades. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Wild and free. They're just trees, so don't stress over your trees, because in the end, you're going to have some 3D elements on top of them. I know you got this. So those of you who are telling me that you don't freehand paint much, I'm challenging you in the kits to do a little bit on each of the projects. I'm just putting a little bit on my brush because I can add more as I go. And I'm just going to create some fanned trees. Almost like I'm dry brushing it on. And then once I get the shape of the tree that I want, I can add more paint if I'd like. Remember, these are going to be in the background, so they're not going to be the focal point of your snow globe anyways. Just have some really simple fan trees in the background. Again, nothing fancy, just something faded and simple. And now I want to add some snowflakes and a little bit of whimsical to the inside. If you have glitter or something at home and you love glitter, then feel free to make it like super snow globey. But I only find glitter everywhere, so I have been officially banned by all 3 of my boys from bringing any glitter into the house. I guess I could sneak it here into the studio. Maybe I'll do that actually now that I think of it. But I'm just gonna make some of my own glitter in the background. You can use the tip of the smaller brush if you'd like, or you can tip it over and use the back side, because that's going to give you perfect little dots as well. It's also a good tip on when you're going to get to the point of maybe putting some little buttons or eyes on your snowman. You can tip it over and get a perfect little dot on the end of your smaller brush. Okay. So again, I'm going to set that off to the side now. So this is essentially what it's going to look like with the framing on it. So you can kind of check your work and see if you want to add any more details as you go, just by putting your outside frame on it, which we will glue eventually in the project. So now I want to work on my snow person because I think they're all dry. And I always like those snow persons that have like the black framing on them. They look where you can really see that they're 3 circles. And so I'm going to use my thin brush and I'm just going to outline in between, just creating a little bit of detail to make it look a little more 3D. In the kit, I provided some bright orange, carrot orange colored paint, so you can create a carrot for your snow person. So I'm gonna create my carrot sticking out this way. Our boys have made some pretty fabulous snow people over the years, often topped with the Raptors, Toronto Raptors ball cap. I want to outline my carrot with a little bit of black paint and put those little black lines that would be on a carrot. And I'm going to use the back of my brush and do 2 big black snowman eyes. And I'm going to do a really happy snowman because Dayton tells me that every snowman needs to have a really big smile. Usually in our house, those have been made with Oreos. And I would like my snowman to have a little bit of a scarf, but I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. So I'm just gonna give him some buttons first on his belly. Actually, maybe I want to, yeah, I'll do black buttons. Now I'd like to put a little heart on my snowman's chest. So I'm gonna use just a little bit of blue maybe. We'll just tie him into the background a little bit. I'm gonna give him some arms, but I'm gonna give him some arms once we get him glued onto the background because I want his arms to like stick out like this into the background and be very branchy. So there's my little snowman. He looks so cute. Again, you can add whatever details you'd like. And even if you have a piece of scrap fabric or something, you could give him an actual fabric scarf. Since everything's 3D anyways, you could always do that. So I wanna head back to my tree here and add some detailing of snow to the tree. So I've given you a little makeup sponge. I think I mentioned in a previous video, but you can rinse these out with water and just let them air dry. Don't put them in your dryer because I don't want any paint by accident to get on any of your clothing or any garments. But you can just wring this out with some lukewarm water and leave it on a tea towel on your counter to dry and then reuse this for another project. But these ones are my favorite for stenciling and doing projects. I'm going to have to put a little bit into my tray here so that I can actually sponge into it. I'm going to put a little bit of the white on top of any of the branches here. And then what I can do is if I got some white from the sponge where I don't want it, then I can just use the green paint to kind of touch up underneath. Just a little bit of snow on my tree. And remember, my ornaments are going to go on here. And so you're going to get it covered with your little ornaments, but it just gives it a little bit of a wintry look to it. And this is going to go on the side of your snow globe here. So you can see we have quite a little winter scene going on. I think it looks adorable. And then my snow person can go over here. I want to add a little bit of detailing to his hat. It's going to go up on there. Oh, so cute. Okay, so let's get his hat finished up and we can move on to our ornaments. I'm just going to use a little bit of a green paint and just give him a little ribbon on his hat. I'm going to use a little bit of white paint just to add a few small details just to make it look a little more 3D. Now that I know where my snow person is going to go, I'm going to use the brown paint and put on some arms. I'm just gonna have to make sure that wherever he's placed is where I want him to be because in the end, I'm gonna glue him on. So I wanna make sure when I glue him back down that his arms are where they're going, where I want them to be. So I'm just going to put on my background so that I can make sure everything is lined up. That'll give me an idea of exactly where I want my snow person to stand. So my tree is gonna be there, and I think I'm gonna move him just up so he's kind of on the hill a little bit. Now that he's there, he is adorable. I'm gonna use my small brush and add some tree branch arms, of course using the brown paint. My snow person is adorable. He's doing like, yay, it's snowy weather. We love snowy weather. I'm going to count out using these little miniature ornaments how many of us are in our home. So I'm gonna do Philip and I, Chase and Dayton, I'm gonna do Hudson and London, and Nana and Papa. Now I'm going to paint mine white and then I'll be able to do the initials in either a green or a black, something that will stand out. But if you have other paint at home and you want to make them holiday colors, you can do pretend string lights on it and make whatever details you want on your tree. But I'm going to keep mine really simple. I'm just doing mine white because I really want them to stand out on the tree. And you can either paint the names on, doing either initials, or if you have a thin Sharpie marker at home and that's easier for you, then you can do that as well. If you finish this project and you don't have any paint on your clothes or your hands, you didn't have enough fun, okay? The rule, that should be like a kit rule right on the website. If you do not have enough paint on you at the end of the project, you did not have enough fun. Do you think I'm gonna jinx us now? We're gonna get like a ton of snow because I'm like early doing a snowy project. So now that I have everything in place but not glued down, I want to take my framing of my snow globe. And this is where you can use your creativity and challenge your painting skills, but I'm going to make the wording on the bottom say snow place like home. But I thought it would be really cute if you put like, welcome to our home, the English family, or Merry Christmas, the English family. You can kind of put your own phrase along the bottom, but because we're calling these kids snow place like home, I thought that that was a super cute thing to put on the bottom. So I'm going to try to kind of measure out and test my own hand painting skills and just do a really simple painting font saying snow place like home. Let's see how I do on this one. Okay, so I'm a little lopsided, but I did pretty good freehanding snow place like home. And I want to put this on the top here so I can see what it's going to look like. I absolutely love it. I think I want just a couple more small little snowflakes at the top here.
After all, it is a snow globe, so there can never be too much snow.
Okay, and now what I want to do is glue everything in place. So my ultimate decision needs to be now, do I want a daytime scene or a nighttime scene? So let's transfer over from a daytime to a nighttime and we'll see which one we like better. I also need to fix my little ornaments because a couple of my little ornament, the lettering bled because I didn't leave it quite long enough. So there's my tree, my snow person. I can't decide, they're both adorable. Okay, YouTube family, I know that I have both daytime and nighttime, and that if you got your kit, you would have to decide before you get going, but I have the option later, so let me know in the comment section if I should do the daytime and a nighttime. I think I'm gonna do the arms on this one, so that if I decide later I want the nighttime one, then I have arms for both. And I'm gonna leave it up to our YouTube family to decide daytime or nighttime. You wanna glue everything together. You should be done all of your painting. Make sure that everything is dry before you start gluing on so that your glue can cure properly. You don't wanna put it down onto any wet paint. The first thing I wanna glue on is the frame because that is where we're going to know where everything in the inside of the frame is going to go. So I have all my pieces kind of off to the side and I'm going to add some glue to the back. You don't need a ton of glue. I've given you a ton of glue, but you probably aren't going to use very much of it. I would just put just a thin layer on the back. And I always try to conserve the glue only for the fact that if you put on globs of glue and then you put wood down on top of another piece of wood, all of the glue is going to ooze underneath and it's going to go all over your beautiful paint job and you don't want that. So less is kind of more sometimes when you're using wood glue. And we're gonna put it down and we're not gonna touch our font this time. Had to fix up my font a little bit. Don't stick your arm on your writing, you did. Oh yes, and I have some arms lined up so I know just where my snow person needs to be. Otherwise he's gonna have floating arms. Okay, he's there. He has a little top hat. As I've gotten older, now our boys are teenagers, I've learned that I like to do very minimal holiday decorations, but I like all of the decorations that we're putting out to be meaningful. So sometimes I think like less is more, but I want to have all the memories and all the pieces of work that we've made together. So almost all of our holiday decorations are handmade or things that we've made with the boys over the years, which I love. So I think this will be a really cute just custom thing, just maybe to put on the mantle or at the entry on our little credenza or something. And it's gonna have all of our names on it. I think that will be very cute. And just a little dot of glue will work. Are you ready to see my snow place like home snow globe? I think it is so adorable. Look at my snow globe. I can't wait to see your snow globe, so send me all of your pictures. My wood glue is still drying. I'm going to leave it overnight and then it will be totally cured. So I'm risking it, lifting it up to show you right now. But let me know what you think. I think it's adorable. I always love being able to make holiday things that are custom. You can put any of the full names on them if you want to use a smaller marker, or if you're just really skilled with the paintbrush. You can add your family name to the bottom or customize this in any way that you possibly could think of for the holidays. I think this is so cute. It's a great little shelf sitter, or you can hang it if you'd like. It's just something that you can put out for the holidays that I think will be so adorable. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. If you want to get some of your own Create With Me Elysia English kits, you can head to ElysiaEnglish.com. We are almost sold out of November kits. You can also get the kit that you saw in today's episode. Remember, this is the last month. This is the last kit you will be able to go back and purchase any of the kits that we've already done. I won't be able to keep up with the amount of kits that you guys are ordering on our website to be able to offer these last chance kits. So this is absolutely the last chance you're going to be able to get a kit after you see the project made. After this, you'll be able to get your mystery box in the mail. Each month is a different project. If you want to save On the price of the kits, you can subscribe and get a surprise monthly kit to your door every single month for the 15th so you can create our ongoing projects each month. If you choose to be a subscriber of the kits, you get to have your name in our sunflower field we're creating here in my studio. You also get freebies in your kit and you get to save on all of the prices of the kits throughout the year. It's a win-win. So subscribe to get your kits monthly at your door. On the website right now, you can purchase some of the kits you've seen in our past episodes for the Create With Me. I will put a playlist on our channel so you can go back and watch all of the videos. The videos are on our channel permanently. So if you get a kit and you order one later, don't worry. Those videos will never ever go away. You can always go back and watch them. Also, I want to thank everyone who grabbed something they had at home to create with us today. It was so much fun knowing that so many people were here cheering me on my new business of my Elysia English Kits, and also that we were able to do this all together. Whether we're working on the same project or not is completely irrelevant. Knowing that all of us can join together and create something together and just spend that togetherness time means so much to me, and I hope you had so much fun. The point of these kits is to inspire you to create. On our channel, we always show that we're creating a life we love, and this is a way that we can use our kits to help us to be able to do that. All the support you guys show us with ordering our kits goes for us to be able to create the amazing content that you guys get to watch for free on YouTube. So if you want to support our channel, any of our big projects we're working on, like renovating our 1899 house, building a barn, working on our dream studio space here, when you order a kit, the proceeds for our kits actually go towards everything that we need to do to be able to create the content that we hope we can inspire you with. So thank you so much. I love you so much, and I hope that you had as much fun as I did today. I will see you on the next episode. I mentioned in our last Create With Me video that each kit was going to lead into the next kit, or something about the previous kit was going to be able to create a curated list of different projects at the end of the year. So I'm curious to see how many people can figure out what was the connection between the last kit and maybe make some predictions on what one of the elements of this kit might be in the next. None of the kits are going to be repeat. Every kit is different each month, and they are designed by me, hand drawn out by me, and those drawings are then transformed into 3D and then those drawings are turned into 3Ds that I create on wood, and then they get multiplied from there to be able to create the many kits that we're sending out. I also want to thank everyone who's been ordering the kits, because not only is it helping to support my family, but it's helping to support some local businesses in my area as well. We have been setting records at our local small post office, which is keeping everything in our community kind of rolling. And eventually, hopefully, we can grow this even bigger and we'll be able to help out more and more. So thank you so much for all of your support.